The tradition of the apostles, made clear in all the world, can be clearly seen in every church by those who wish to behold the truth. We can enumerate those who were established by the apostles as bishops in the churches and their successors down to our time, none of whom taught or thought of anything like their mad ideas. Even if the apostles had known of hidden mysteries which they taught to the perfect, secretly and apart from others, they would have handed them down especially to those whom they were entrusting the church themselves. When the blessed apostles, Paul and Peter, had founded and built up the church at Rome, they handed over the ministry of the episcopate to Linus. Paul mentions this Linus in his epistles to Timothy, and Encietus succeeded him. After him, Clement received the lot of the episcopate in the third place from the apostles. He had seen the apostles and associated with them, and still had their preaching sounding in his ears. These are the words of Irenaeus, a bishop of Lyon, France, who wrote about 180 AD against the Gnostic sects who claimed to have received from the apostles secret teachings and writings which were not given to the Apostolic churches. The Gnostics attacked the scriptures as not authoritative and produced spurious writings and apocryphal texts. Irenaeus also provides clear testimony on the Gospel's publication, stating, "For we learned the plan of our salvation from no others than those through whom the Gospels came to us. They first preached it abroad, and then later by the will of God handled it down to us in writings. Matthew among the Hebrews issued a writing of the Gospels in their own tongue, while Peter and Paul were preaching the Gospel at Rome and founding the church. After their decease, Mark, the disciple and interpreter of Peter, also handed down to us in writing what Peter had preached. Then Luke, the follower of Paul, recorded in a book the Gospel as it was preached by him. Finally, John, the disciple of the Lord, published the Gospel while he was residing at Ephesus in Asia." In summary, Irenaeus was able to show that the apostolic churches, not the Gnostics, could trace back to the apostles through apostolic succession and bear witness to the authentic writings of the apostles and the faith. Question: are we resurrecting the debate of the 2nd century, where modern scholars like Bart, Ehrman, James White and Daniel Wallace are playing the role of Gnostics, claiming to have a secret and hidden knowledge on the text of the New Testament? And instead of introducing the testimony provided by the churches in the 2nd century as evidence, they ignore their arguments and choose to regurgitate theories that originated in the mid to late 1700s. So for Bart, James and Daniel, the ancient apostolic churches accepted the testimony of Irenaeus. Why don't you? Are you going to continue telling fairy tales of scribes flying on their magic carpets, changing all the texts? Or are you ready to debate the testimony of the ancient churches?